My friends, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for responding to my call for aid. YouTube is now reportedly placing a heavy emphasis on viewer engagement, saying that views without engagement count less or not at all with the algorithm. I shared this info with you and you responded in outstanding fashion, rallying to our banner here at the center of the earth. But the fight is not over. Please keep helping us out by clicking the like button on videos, leaving a comment, subscribing, or even sending a super thanks, as all of these count as viewer engagement and help us keep going on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support, my friends. And now, on to the video. My friends, we've long known that something's not right behind the scenes at Marvel Studios. We wonder why we're disappointed so often, why our beloved stories so often come out mangled and mutilated. We fans glimpse the goings-on at Marvel Studios as if through a glass darkly from afar. All we can do is speculate, deduce, and wonder at the shadowy shapes we see moving vaguely on the other side of it. And yet sometimes a crack develops in that obscuring glass and we get the chance to see what's being hidden with sudden clarity. Beau DeMayo, a genuine Marvel showrunner, chipped a very large crack in that glass on August 2nd. The X-Men 97 showrunner went on a posting binge on X, sharing the truth we always knew about the executives at Marvel, a truth that explains why so many Marvel projects suck these days. Here is the creator, explaining to us all one of the main reasons why the MCU is failing. The bosses despise the source material, and in a string of posts on X, DeMayo dropped some serious truth bombs. It all started with this initial post. I say this with a lot of love because I love Marvel and its characters, but I'll give you a peek at how bad the state is there. In Season 2 of X-Men 97, I adapted the Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix comic. In it, Scott and Jean use their childhood nicknames for each other, Slim and Red, to keep their identities hidden from Nathan. The current VP of Marvel Animation, Dana Vasquez Eberhar, who despised me, comes at me for how stupid the nicknames are and how she agreed with another director that they just couldn't take the nickname seriously and that I need to turn my comic collector brain off. I explain that the aliases are Jean and Scott's pet names for their teenage years, which resonates nicely with the fact that they're now raising Nathan. They're wistful and chose the names accordingly. The nicknames speak to that feeling all new parents have of losing their youth and past selves. In the end, Dana shut me out of the process. This was after Dana and I had to have a stupid fight over Ozymandias in Season 2. She felt I was putting too much lore in and that we should just call him a random warlord. When you have creatives who have to spend half their day having arguments of items like this, instead of polishing and plussing the show, especially after having proven your vision works, is beyond offensive and demoralizing. DeMayo then goes on to detail more of the struggles he dealt with on the show. I introduced the final horseman in Season 2 of X-Men 97, and Dana hounded and made my life miserable, demanding we have them all literally color-coded blue and purple so that audiences connected them with Apocalypse. I fought and was called difficult, and she did it anyway. The horseman looked like a GD high school color guard. The toll it takes on the creative to have incessant conversations like this where they actually get hostile is exhausting, especially when you're trying to save them from themselves. They have a way of subtly threatening you with your job and livelihood if you don't comply. So they threaten you if you won't kowtow to their idiotic demands, even when you know their demands go against the spirit and integrity of the source material. But here's the kicker, folks. Here's the dead giveaway of why so many Marvel projects suck. According to DeMayo, when asked, do they even read comics up top, DeMayo replies no, they absolutely don't. They have their assistants read them and write up a loose paragraph summary.
Holy shit! That's just plain, willful incompetence. They have no interest in making things the audience wants. It's just ego with these clowns at best, and political agendas at worst. But I'll tell you what, there are no comic lovers in the upper echelon of Marvel.
There are many, many stories that have come out from behind the magic curtain proclaiming just that, Harvey Cthulhu. But now comes the coup de grace, as Steely Dan sang in the apropos song Showbiz Kids. A bottom line explanation as to why we can never get the kind of respect for canon and source material we crave. Pure Hollywood ego. Beau has asked the question, it sounds like the intent is to make the material more accessible to a wider audience, but the way in which they go about doing it is all wrong. We want the lore and backstories, they just need to believe in their IP enough to trust casuals will enjoy it too. DeMayo replies, it's actually not their intent to make the material more accessible. It's about them wanting to make their mark on the project. Beau DeMayo lays it all out right here. I want to address this because I know I can read as bitter, but let me give you some insight into what this really is if you'll grant me the time, please. I would tell my team on X-Men 97 Weekly that we had to work hard to deliver a transcendent show. Why? Because the vast swath of the audience are beleaguered middle-class homes struggling to make ends meet in scary times. They're paying hundreds to go to the movies and then being charged higher and higher prices for their streaming as they try to pay mortgages and medical bills. And even fans and general audience who don't have kids are just struggling to make ends meet right now and are looking for something that speaks to their heart and souls they want to be seeing. We owe them a story that makes the money and hardship worth it, and that also provides first-class escapism, period. We cannot phone it in when blessed with a chance to get paid ourselves for playing with toys. It'd be nearly unethical to do so. Look at Star Wars. My friend MK Toon would be hated at Lucasfilm for being a fan more than qualified to help them course correct. They'd see his fluency with the themes and emotions behind Star Wars lore as a political threat to their job security. What you're hearing isn't bitterness, it's activism, and this is a thing I've championed across my career. Hollywood is full of mediocre talent who poo-poo and look down on their customers, but then clutch their pearls in baffled self-pity when their show doesn't resonate with the very people they showed no empathy toward. And yes, it is honestly that simple.
This guy really gets it, man. This guy is exactly who we need in Hollywood. Damn. I'm kind of a heartless eldritch abomination, dude, but yeah, even I feel for this guy. I'm told he did a really good job with this series, despite all the interference and the lies trying to poison the well. And man, I gotta say, I feel bad for Beau DeMayo.
And I feel bad for all the fans who are getting screwed over for no good reason at all. I suppose Beau DeMayo has abandoned all hope of working for these people again, and that's a terrible shame, because he gets it. He understands the fans. He respects the source material. He wants to make an entertaining show, and I guess those are the reasons why he won't be welcome at Marvel anymore. Qualities like knowledge and fidelity to the source material that fans love is a disqualification when you're going to work at Marvel. So wonder no more why the MCU is in deep shit these days. Here's a few of the many reasons why, leaked from behind the magic curtain. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.